For over 150 years, Alexandra Palace has sat grandly in over 200 acres of parkland, looking out and down on the City of London from the north. And today, the Palace is the setting for a grand occasion. Welcome to the 50th final in the storied history of snooker's Masters tournament. And in this 50th final, they are playing once again for the Masters Crystal, the Paul Hunter Trophy, named after one of this event's most dazzling champions, the late great Paul. And this year marks the 20th anniversary of the last of his 3 titles. It's a prize that Ronnie O'Sullivan can lift for a record-extending 8th time tonight. He's going for back-to-back majors and 23 in total. In fact, it's getting hard to keep count. But as for Ali Carter, what he'd give to lift just one of these Triple Crown titles once in his long, long career. I don't think we've ever seen Ali at his best quite like this before.
London, it's the jungle, it's the rumble, but we function. It's the man them, it's the junction, it's the baseline, it's the dungeon. London, it's the jungle, it's the rumble, but we function. It's the man them, it's the junction, it's the baseline, it's the dungeon, it's the rumble.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, what a finish! He gets a standing ovation from this Ali Pally crowd.
It's the rumble.
Absolutely brilliant. What a performance from the captain.
Well, the captain is flying, ladies and gents.
And he'll be thrilled to be looking forward to the final against his nemesis, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
It's the dungeon.
That's what they came to see, and that's what they've got.
It's the man them, it's the junction, it's the baseline, it's the dungeon.
And it's good afternoon, Ali Pally. And it's good afternoon, Stephen Hendry and Sean Murphy, 2 former winners of this event, of course. Stephen, what did you love best about Masters final day?
It's incredible. The whole week is building up to this day. You wake up on the second Sunday and you're in the final, and it's just like the only thing, you've got to treat it as just another match, but it's hard not to because you see all the build-up and everything, but it's just... Yes, it's just what you play for, isn't it?
Absolutely. Sean, you know what it's like to win this beautiful Masters Crystal here. I know you'd rather have been out here with your cue rather than wearing the microphone today, but what did Ronnie throw at you yesterday?
Everything. No, it was an incredible performance. I mean, he's playing an incredibly cavalier style, you know. He seems to be playing almost as if he's not bothered, which is very, very hard to defend against. But, of course, it's very entertaining when these mad, crazy shots keep going in.
It's a lineup, guys, that we know very well, of course. They've played out 2 Crucible finals. How different might Ali Carter's CV have looked if he hadn't run into O'Sullivan?
I know, it's unfortunate, and every time he's got to a final, he seems to have faced Ronnie. Yeah, arguably, he could have won possibly a world championship, but there's many other great players as well. But all that'll be forgotten. You know, it's a Masters final. In this arena, I think Ali will be well up for this.
One thing we haven't forgotten, 2018 Crucible, shoulder barge gate. These matches have had a little bit of intensity. There's lots of room, exactly. Yeah. But they have a little bit of rivalry, a little bit of intensity about these matchups, haven't they, Sean?
Yeah, and of course, you know, this is high-level, intense sport. You know, it matters, and you know, we were obviously trying to put the show on, but you want to win as well, and you're going to go through your career and get to the end of it and look back, how many of these big matches did I win? You know, it matters. You're trying so hard out there. So sometimes there is a little bit of spice. You know, we're all gentlemen and we shake hands and we try our best, but you still want to win. Absolutely.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan has now turned 48 since we saw him at the UK Championship final, of course, and he could tonight become the oldest winner of all 3 majors, the World, the UK and the Masters. And as someone far brainier than me once wrote, youth is the gift of nature, but age is a work of art.
Sometimes I wish I wouldn't have had that gift or whatever it is that I've got and could have got out of this sport a lot earlier and could have done something else with my time, but it's like I'm being punished to keep playing. All my life, you know, I get up in the morning, go down the club, first round, 100 breaks, so you don't really need practice. Well, I don't anyway.
Unbelievable pot.
These young players, they look old, the way their brains are quite slow. Yeah, they need to get their act together because I'm going blind, I've got a dodgy arm and bad knees. I don't think Ali's worried about who he plays, you know. He's just he wants it really bad. So I know I'm going to have to dig deep, you know.
Delighted to have a crack at the Rocket tomorrow.
I think his mind seems like he's a bit more, his temperament, he seems to have sorted that out a bit. If you get your temperament a little bit under control, you can sort of sometimes win matches that you're not supposed to win. You know? What did it mean to me? What, to win it? I used to love it as a kid. I used to love winning, I used to love competing. After years of doing it, you just sort of like, it's just a game, innit, I suppose. I suppose it's quite disappointing, really. I suppose I've been spoilt. I haven't won it so many times. Probably wouldn't be able to lift it up with my bad arm either, you know, so, yeah. Probably better if one of the other guys wins, isn't it, really?
Well, he's going for this 8th Masters title to go with an 8th UK crown, and he's got to a 14th final. Yes, 14 finals, playing what he describes as awful, absolute filth. Why is he so unstoppable then?
It's an incredible position where, of course, he's trying to win when he's on the table, but I think when he loses, he doesn't care much about it. He just goes back to his life tomorrow and as if nothing's ever happened. So he's got that at the back of his mind where, OK, I'm going to try my hardest to win, but if I don't, who cares? Where all the other players are like me, like pints of blood, life or death.
Yeah. But he reckons it's brain power, ring craft that's getting him over the line here. From what you experienced yesterday, to what extent is that actually true?
Well, I think, you know, he can say all of those things. The fact is he goes for these shots and he pots most of them. He scores as heavily as he ever did. He's very clever. He has, you know, years ago became the complete player, and he uses that to his advantage every time he goes out. He's always favourite. He plays such a glamorous style. He plays such an attractive style, and he puts you under it from the minute the match starts. It's very, very difficult. So,
what is it going to take to derail him then?
Well, you've got to play perfect snooker. There's no doubt about that. I mean, Sean yesterday go back to 3-2, then the break-off leaves a long red, he pots it and wins the frame off the break. So you've got to play perfect safety, you've got to lock in the long ones, you've got to score heavily. Anything else? I don't know. You just got to put it up to him mentally, on the table, everything. It's all on Ali Carter today. And this is the 4th Triple Crown final of his career. We've mentioned those 2 Crucible finals that he lost to O'Sullivan. He was here 4 years ago when he lost to Stuart Bingham in the Masters final. But, you know, Ali has won some very significant battles away from the table, having beaten cancer twice. And that sense of perspective, as much as his combative form at the table, is really what's carried him through here this week.
Ali, this is a massive occasion. We're all so looking forward to this. You've been in so many big finals in the last 12 months. How close are you to being at your best at the moment?
Yeah, I'm very close. Hopefully I'll edge a bit closer today.
And you can argue this run to the final in 24 is even more impressive than the one in 20. Not a single century en route to the Sunday showdown with Bingham 4 years ago, and you've had 6.
Really, yeah. Well, you know, that's something I've been focusing on all year, trying to make more centuries and getting my break building better, which obviously to compete with the top boys like Ronnie, that's what you have to be doing. And so far this week it's been going good, and I hope that'll continue today. 25 years you've been a great ambassador and servant for snooker, and you've achieved a great deal. This is one of the biggest matches of your life, isn't it? Yes, it is, without a doubt. And what a great opportunity today to play the greatest player of all time in a final in front of a capacity crowd live on BBC. It's just perfect. And you seem quite calm. I know you'll be fired up when you get the intro and you walk down the stairs and hear the roar, but you look like you're calm and you're ready for business. Yeah, I'm good. Everything's good. And I'm just going to go out there and enjoy it today. I'm going to attack. And we'll see what that brings. If it doesn't go so well, everything's trending in the right direction. 4 finals in a year. I'm not going away yet, so there's more success to come. We cannot wait for this. The very best of luck, El Capitano. You fly high. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Look, he's already beaten 3 Masters champions this week, and Mark Williams and Judd Trump, and of course Mark Allen last night. I don't think we've ever seen him play as well as this, have you?
No, never. I think he's really coming into the best part of his career, and as mad as that sounds, so late on, the captain's flying high. I think what we are seeing, Hazel, is all the hard work with Chris Henry over the years. They've worked together for a number of seasons now, kind of gone under the radar a little bit. But as he said there, 4 finals in a year, all of that hard work is now starting to come through. You can see it in him. He's not the same Ali Carter he was a few seasons ago, and that's why he's here. And
temperament, control of his emotions, that's been a key driver in his success, surely.
Yeah, you can still see disappointment there against Judd Trump, but the thing is he's forgetting it quickly and getting on with it. I think that's the secret. He said there, if he's going to win today, he's got to enjoy it. He's got to enjoy being out there. And he's got to, obviously, forget almost the game that Ronnie's playing. It's just Ali Carter on the table, nothing else. OK, guys, John Virgo and Steve Davis are in our commentary box. They're going to be guiding us through it this afternoon. Afternoon, fellas. John, you called it last night. You called Ronnie Ali's nemesis. Now, can you make the case for that changing today?
Yes, I certainly can, Hazel. I was very impressed with Ali last night. There was one shot that he played in the match after the first frame when he couldn't hit the right side of the ball. In the second frame, he got a chance, run out of position, left with a very long blue. He believed in his ability, and that's what he needs today, belief that he can pot the balls and he can beat Ronnie. And I think he's coming into this match as good as I've ever seen him play.
Absolutely. So consistent. 6 centuries more than anyone this week, and so free-flowing, Steve.
Yeah, and I think a player that's rejuvenated, as Ali Carter obviously seems to be, is a more dangerous animal. Obviously, he's got a tough job in hand against a player that is, you know, it's in his office. But, you know, question marks over, can Ronnie O'Sullivan get himself up for the match? Because we see from the interviews, he loves the game, but he doesn't like all the razzmatazz around it. He'd rather it all went away. But he's able to usually switch to switch and all of a sudden enjoy the game when he's actually playing. So, but if Ali Carter can keep him in that sort of situation where he's not enjoying himself, that maybe is the clue to the match as well.
John, Carter's obviously still very combative. He's got the fire in the belly. He's bustling around the table all the time. But he does seem to be a far more relaxed and happier player out there. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's experience. What's gone, you can't put right, so you've got to put it to your back of your mind, as Stephen says, and he's doing that a lot better than he ever used to. And as I say, what I saw last night, he's absolutely playing brilliant, and he's got a chance.
We're looking forward to hearing your dulcets this afternoon, guys. Have a good one, and we're very much looking forward to the 50th playing of the Mr. Q Masters Final. The show is getting underway, and there's only one man for that job. It's our MC, Mr. Rob Walker.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the climax of a very special week for our sport. You know, there are those outside snooker who say we've got no characters anymore. We absolutely have. And we're about to be graced by 2 of the best, both desperate to seize this chance of history. It's time for the Mr. Q Masters Final. It's time to get the Essex boys on the bays. Please welcome a player making his 4th appearance in a Triple Crown final. This, without doubt, is one of the biggest matches of his life. Reigning German Masters champion, a man of pure tenacity on and off the table, he's the captain, Ali Carter. His opponent, the greatest of all time, history maker, record breaker, bidding for an unprecedented 8th Masters crown. Blink and you'll miss him, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Well, here we go. Our final is the best of 19 frames affair. 8 frames to play this afternoon, a possible 11 to follow this evening. So settle in on Masters Sunday with us, please. What a match. Stephen John, all yours.
It's the head.
Thank you, Hazel. Really looking forward to this one.
Not your choice.
When we're talking about it, Steve, we're talking about what chances Ali, you know, on the record, 18
Ronnie.
matches, and Ronnie's won
You
17
can
of
remember
them,
that, yeah?
but we mustn't forget Ronnie O'Sullivan. To be still doing it after all these years is just remarkable.
Yeah, it is. It's astonishing to think that a player approaching his 50th year on the planet is playing such marvellous top-class sport.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Ali's been around a few years as well. Still at the top of the game.
What an atmosphere. Who will get their hands on the trophy at the end of the day? It's funny, even sat in the commentary, but you get the butterflies a little bit. Are you the same?
Yeah. We can all remember what it was like to walk out there, centre stage. But this guy we're looking at now, one of the coolest on the planet,
Thank you.
on
The
that
first
big
frame.
stage. What
Ronnie
a
O'Sullivan
performer
to
he
bat.
is. Trademark, breaking off left-handed.